in the first phase of my training at Limpopo Field Guide Academy, we had to fill out a huge workbook. It took me a month and a half of doing it every single day, sometimes for 4 to 6 hours every single day. We had to fill that out to pass our exams and to pass our actual practicals as well, because all that knowledge would be in the exams, but also stuff we needed to know as guides. We would also have to do classroom setting learning every single day, and from that classroom learning, you then learn from what you've learned in the classroom, you then put into the book. But then there's also stuff that you wouldn't learn in class, and that would be independent study, independent reading. There were many books you had to look into to find even just one answer for one of the questions. So there were 17 modules total. These include guiding in the natural environment and creating a guided nature experience that consisted of 20 pages. That just shows you how to be a guide, tells you what to do, and how you are expected to perform, and you need to answer the questions accordingly. Module 2 was geology, so the geology of the Earth, but also specifically Southern Africa. Module 3 was weather and climate. This linked back to a module I did in second year. So the weather charts that I learned about in second year actually came in helpful with learning about the weather and climate in Southern Africa, as I was already able to understand and read these charts. Also learned about clouds as well in that. Module 4 was astrology, so the night sky. So not actually learning about all the constellations, just the main ones that are in the southern hemisphere in different times of the year. So like Scorpio and stuff like that, Orion. Fifth module was ecology, so just learning about the ecology of Southern Africa and why it is the way it is. Module 6 was biomes of Southern Africa. There were 9 total biomes. Most common being the savannah, but there's also ones like the forest biome, and you had to learn the difference of why each animal would be in a different biome. So you wouldn't find a white rhino in a forest biome because they are open plain animals, so they like the savannah because there's less encroachment, whereas a black rhino would be in the forest biome because they like to hide. Module 7 was taxonomy, so learning the classifications of the animals and why they are in that specific classification, and the different families and how they're all connected genetically. Module 8 was trees, shrubs, forbs and grasses, so just learning about the nature of the actual area and learning what is in that specific area, and the trees of what, for example, elephants eat, what is safe for humans to eat and what isn't. Module 9 was arthropods, so insects and their relatives, learning different types of insects, learning the different amount of legs that each insect has and why something is different from the other, but it could be the same thing or look the same. Module 10 was fish, very small module, not many pages. Fish isn't a big thing in Southern Africa, so yeah, just learning about different fish and what you would find mostly in the waters around you, so the little rivers. Module 11 was amphibians, so frogs and toads. They're very noisy at night, so you had to learn about those and which ones are poisonous, for example, and which ones look poisonous and why they look poisonous, but they actually aren't. Module 12 was reptiles, so learning about different reptiles, why there are water monitors and there are rock monitors, why a python gets so big, all this sort of stuff. Module 13 was birds, so in that was a massive module where you actually had to do separate exams and learn about I think over 300 different birds as well. Module 14 was mammals. That was a massive module, as you know, mammals are the major part of safari. Module 15 was animal behaviour, so being able to decipher the animal's behaviour, whether they're going to be aggressive, whether they're going to be content, whether they're going to be calm, that sort of stuff. It's very important as a guide. Module 16 was conservation and management, so just being able to decipher what's an alien invasive plant versus not, how to restructure a road that is made of dirt if needed, And module 17 was historical human habitation, just learning about the area of Southern Africa that you're in, the history, the Iron Age, the Early Age, the Middle Age, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, that is the main modules I had to learn for the first phase of my course.